Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Turn 51, Black Swan. We were playing Mekone. And, yeah, let's see what we got going on. Apparently, we have a lot more elfing shenanigans. Look, I'm just gonna say this. When you're fighting the elves, you have to fucking hate them. Like, you cannot tolerate the elves. It's gonna be bloody. You're gonna be wasting tons of commander moves, tons of troops. Sometimes you're gonna get some, BS like we saw last time. But you just have to accept it. You have to accept it. You have to accept the chaos of elvishness, and you just have to say, I'm gonna win at it. And one of the first rules is saying, like, I'm gonna take back almost every province that you take from me, every single fight, with low commitment attacks. Sometimes I'm gonna magic phase you to keep you stealth moving every turn. And I'm gonna randomly patrol shit with stuff that I think will kill your elves. And then I'm gonna have a few doom stacks moving around and a few super combatants, and if you run into those guys, then you lose. And I have no idea how this is gonna go. I mean, I'm like way farther ahead in the game, but I just don't remember this particular turn. So we'll find out. So we have some news from Ulm. Zabalba invaded Ulm and has now taken most of the eastern lands. If no one will stop this onslaught, it might be the end for the utopish socialism. So the Ulmish utopian socialism. Today words spoken by Ernie Guevara. I said that right. Whenever death may surprise us, let it be welcome if our battle cry has reached even one receptive ear, and another hand reaches out to take up our arms. Above all, we will always be capable of feeling deeply any injustice committed by anyone, or against anyone, anywhere in the world. This is the most beautiful quality in a revolutionary. Peace be with you. I'll actually take exception to this. I'm like actually kind of a believer in localism in a way. Like the idea, I mean, first of all, it's not humanly possible to feel for anyone, anywhere. But lest we get, I think you should be considerate to other people. But it's like, my family? Like, I'm not gonna, nobody compares to my family. Okay. Found a graveyard of the Dam, really good site, Death 2 site. And then we've got a true, there's probably a lot of my gear. I'm sure this Crown of Titans he stole from killing one of my guys, but this is a very heavily kitted Raksharaja. And the name is Lock Mekone Up. And on my side, we have nothing that is capable of killing it. So, unfortunately, I'm probably going to lose this. Best case for me is everybody dies. And then my pole mark gets the right idea and bails. Worst case for me... Now, this guy may have some fire... No. Best case is I blind him and then I run. Ha! Look at that. Perfect. This is actually best case. Oh, we dropped Phoenix Pyre too. So, in this version of the battle we lived. Yeah, okay. Perfect. That's as good as we can hope for. Coming down here, we get through the non-magic phase attacks. Okay, just a little bit of PD. Lanka is attacking me in Hobergdorf. This is a sizable force, so this is going to kill my PD. Okay, so that's a much better commitment. That was about 80. 80 Long Dead will kill a lot of stuff, but 30 really struggles. And that's kind of the critical mass you have to hit. Like, you don't really want to be raiding with too much less than... Because, like, he still took some casualties. But if he had, like, 50, he would have taken, like, 40 casualties. So, anyway, 80 is a good number. And then, like, if you start doing more than that, then I'll Cloud Trapeze a super combatant on you, and then it's kind of wasted. But that's, like, a good number to raid with. So that's Hobergdorf. We are attacking the elves here. Let's see if we find any. Nope. He's just going to let me have that one. He is going to move and attack here on top of this forest again, but we're patrolling here, I know that. Oh, buddy. So, okay. On the left side, we have Air Elemental Summoner, Light Thug, Air Elemental Summoner, and Light Thug. On the right side, we have a bunch of thick boys with some slingers. Ooh. Flaming arrows coming down. Flaming arrows actually okay against... I think it's okay against air elementals. My guys with magic weapons will poke these air elementals down, though they're going to do some damage. Importantly, though, over here, we get hit with the Frostbrand, so our guy's a little frosty. But I think we just murdered one of them. Yep, so one down. And then, yeah, flaming arrows coming in. These guys have both lost their glamour, but they have also smacked the shit out of my guys. Oh, and he pokes her right in the face. This guy, pretty hard to kill, 22 defense. We've gotten rid of his glamour. Okay, he's gonna run. There's a good chance he's gonna die too if he's running. And home slice here. Speed this up. Okay, he gets popped and then boop. Okay, so we killed one of the thugs, two of the air elemental casters. And yeah, that's pretty good for us. Oh, apparently this guy also died too in the real combat. Because I think we have different RNG because I'm recording this way later. But yeah, just in terms of gold, 400, and then this is like 500, so that's 900 gold. And then these guys each had 15 gems on them, so 30 gems. So that was like almost 1,000 gold and 30 gems. And then plus the air elemental gems. So, and we got some of it. So double win. Now, I don't really want to, this is not a war I really want to be in. Because, as I told him, we need to not be fighting each other. Like, we both have decidedly weaker nations than Marverni. Okay, that didn't work. Decidedly weaker nations than Marverni and Zabalba. And Yomi, probably. So we've gotta stick together. Okay, we take that. Isabel here in Azurian. Just keeping this fort locked down, don't want him recruiting people or blood hunting or doing anything. Okay. There's a battle in Alman. And at this point, I think I'm going to be able to make peace with him. Oh. So, okay, we see his army. So he's got a bunch of Tuatha warriors. They're blessed up. You know, it's pretty good bless. They'll be kind of hard to kill. But, I've also got a huge army nearby. So we just scouted that. And actually, now this is coming back to me. This is the turn where we are going to make peace. Because I killed 4 of his raiders, which was a pretty big commitment. Like, when he puts 4 guys in one spot, that's kind of a big commitment. They're all dead. We've killed a bunch more before. He's killed some of my stuff. He's killed some chaff, mostly. He hasn't really killed that much in terms of gems. In fact, I might have even come out gem ahead. Just off of the gems that I've stolen from him. Now, he makes me run here. And he dies when running, so that's a little sad. But anyway, like I haven't even really lost that much. He's lost, I think, significantly more than I have. And the thing is I really don't, like, I probably could kill that army, but I would take a fair amount of losses, and then there's a chance I would lose. And ultimately, it's not a fight I want to be in. Like, I see him, or I want to see him, as a potential ally. Okay, so we took this fort from him. Somebody's Bane Venom charming me too. I'm gonna have to do something about that at some point when I can. Got a bunch of people getting promoted, which means they're gonna cost more upkeep, which I'm less excited about. This is where we saw the big army. And this is where I took this with 400 troops. And I've got flaming arrows, I've got mass protection, I've got a super combatant, I've got a lot of things. And honestly, like I don't think these guys could kill my super combatant. They might, I don't think so. And he doesn't even know which one I would move where. and I can... I mean, look, it's going to be bad news for him. So basically, I sent him a message, and I don't know if I do it this turn or next turn. I think I do it this turn. And I'm like, look, dude, you remember when you attacked me and I said it wasn't going to go well for you, and then it didn't go well for you, and then I said we would be wasting our time because there's an enormous blood nation called Zabalba eating people, and Marverni is shitting out boars, like hundreds of boars a turn probably. Well, all that's gotten worse, and you've lost a bunch of stuff. You're down provinces and forts from when you started this, and it doesn't seem like it's working. And if you think this army's going to turn around for you, then it's possible, but I don't think so. And he was like, yeah, okay, we'll make peace. So we make peace. And basically, it's just going to be this border. I offered him, I think, these 2 provinces. He's going to get confused in the next turn and take some other stuff accidentally, quote-unquote, from me. But, yeah, these I offered him... Or no, not this one. I think I offered him these. He can get this Fort of Lankas, and he can have the throne. And then I'm going to occupy myself with all this other stuff. That's basically it. Lanka, look, Lanka has been doing some good things about kind of putting up some resistance, but the Lanka game is over. Like they've lost too much for too long to be a player for much longer. So they could hold me off, they could cause me lots of heartache and suffering, but they're gonna have a real problem, I think, like actually surviving. Now, Brecon Sky is moving here, and I think that's so that I can Cloud Trapeze with him and pick off one of these armies. These guys are moving here as well. And I think his god is inside this fort, but I'm not completely sure. We've got an army we're pulling in here. And then we've got thugs we're moving in over here. I'm not actually sure what this scripting business is here. I think I'm not actually sure. I think we're moving just to get on top of Kalem's capital. My current plan for Kalem's capital is I'm either going to send a super combatant in, or I'm going to dom kill him. And he's only got 2 candles left on it, so I'm kind of leaning towards dom kill. But we'll actually see when it comes down to it. So let's go ahead and go to the next turn, which is turn 52. Turn 52. A message from Lanka. Yeah, if I'd just been patient and taken the essentially free vulture provinces I was getting, I would have been much better off. I just empowered a Dakini, who is now dead in fire. The path to fire resistance was slowly opening up. Things might have been different. Then again, Kalem would be dead, and there would be no chance of a glorious story of a Kalem revival. The remote chance of such a victory was too much to resist, so I just threw caution to the wind, and in the space of about 10 minutes reset my turn and attacked. That's how the war started. Well, attacking me, okay, he has said even to the day that he was attacking me legitimately to free Kalem. Well, that was just, if that was the case, it was based off horrible intelligence. Kalem was completely fucked. Like, there was no way Kalem was getting, like, once your only fort is your capital and most all your land has been taken, like, you're out of the game. You're not going to come back and win, but you can die with honor. And Kalem was at that point, so, like, Lanka moving a huge army over there to, like, quote-unquote free Kalem, it's just ridiculous. So, either he did not understand the situation, which, like, to do a huge thing like committing to a fight when you don't understand the situation is a little weird, or that was just kind of pretense and he just wanted to attack me before I could kill Kalem, which would have, that actually makes sense. It just didn't really work for him. Conjuration. Level 7 complete, so we can now do Mound Fiends. And now we're working our way up Thaumaturgy. Let's talk a little bit about research. Why do we want to go for Thaumaturgy? Well, we got the site searching stuff, which will be good. We've got, I think that's the main reason. What do I have at Thumb for? Oh, I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. I had no idea this spell even existed. Cure disease. I can't think of when I would have a nature foil available to cast it, but it's actually pretty useful if you just have one guy you need to cure. I guess I'm doing it for no more in Auspex. Yeah. What else would I be doing it for? I think that's it. And then we're going up to Alt 9 for Army of Gold, or Lead and Gold. And then we have some more Magic Phase battles. So, okay, I think we saw how this one went. The Demon King's attacking one of my armies here. But the problem with this is Fire Elementals are good, and the other thing that's good are these guys once they're buffed up. They've got 21 protection. This guy's got 30 protection because he's been hit with Iron Warriors. And the Fire Elemental, fortunately, is in front. Okay, did not... Okay, and these guys have magic weapons, so they pop Mistform. And then without Mistform, he's got a fair amount of protection, but not enough to deal with 30 damage attacks. And this guy is not an elf, he has normal defense, so he's actually just gonna go pop. Just... bloop, like that. So, yeah, these guys are pretty good against Air Thugs, if they're not, like, 25 defense elves. I think he forgot to descript this. As you can see, the elf wars are mostly over. We take this back. There's a battle in Kalem as we move over top. And he's got a nice little bit of PD here. And I think some mercs. Well, here, let's actually watch it again. I'll do that slow. That's kind of cool battle. So the Kalem soldiers land in front. They find my heavy infantry. Actually, Formation Fighter, kind of a malice. Ooh, got some magma eruption. What is that? Flame eruptions coming out. Thick boys. Ooh, got somebody in the back saying, hey, what's up, guys? This is, Menotheus. I don't think that's actually I think this actually is one of the default names. I might have forgot to rename him. I kind of stop at some point renaming, as I tend to in games. I kind of do names for, like, early game cool guys, and then once I have a lot later, I'm like, anyway, so we're on top of Kalem now. We lost 80 dudes, which is not a big deal. That's kind of their purpose. Ostermark. Lanka coming out. Now, this is probably not enough. They may win, but if they win, they're still going to lose almost all of them. And there's a good chance they're going to lose. Solus are really bad, too. Like, if you have Solus... The problem with Solus is they have shitty stats. Like, look at this. They're not going to hit anything. Forget about it. So, if you have Solus, you have to have a lot of Solus. Solus are better at, like, cracking forts and patrolling. And then being just, like true chaff. Where they're just there to get, like, killed. They don't... If you don't have to worry about them hitting anything else, they're kind of okay. Unless they're Niflheim Solus, if that's gonna be foreboding to anybody. Okay, we take that back. Lanka is attacking me here. Monkeys of Lanka, right out. Unfortunately, I've got a shit ton of PD, and this is definitely going to crush that. This is what was left of that appropriately sized army. You remember I said he rolled out with like 80 and that was better, and like 20 of the 80 died? And this is what's left of it? Well, that's all dead now. So. I think I cast Arouse Hunger there, I'm not sure. So I would have a little more stuff, but yeah, rip. That was an appropriate PD dump by me too, so. He is thugging over here, and right now, because we've kept his capital locked down, he hasn't been able to get any more of these Raksharajas, so he's really down to like a couple. Okay, that was successful. He comes out with some more. We'll just watch this because it's funny watching Polmarks kill Markata. Oh, the old summon imp script. Okay, Polmark doesn't give a fuck about summoned imps. See those imps jump right to the back. And then... with that, we kill those guys. So... first of all, I just want to say, like, you may be looking at this and you may be like, oh man, Lanka's fucking up. Like, because he's attacking all these things and losing. And while that's kind of true, it's also true that if you're in Lanka's position, you have to keep, like, you have to do low enough commitment stuff to, like, keep raiding and taking things back. Otherwise, you're just dead. Like, you're Kalem and you're just pinned into your capital. So, it's the difference between... and now it's a little too late, like, he's kind of lost, but he's still playing to win. Like, and if you're gonna play to win, you have to, as much as you can, like, you have to do exactly what he's doing. You have to attack 8 times and try to get all your stuff back. And you have to just win the raiding war. And if you can't do that, you're not gonna win. Now, he's so far behind, it's not really gonna happen. But, you know, he's trying. Like, this worked. Actually, how did this work? I know we were just watching, but I kind of wasn't paying attention. Oh, lifelong protection and a faithful. Oh, and she's just gonna try to thug it. And then spam panic. It works. It actually works. Huh. That's clever. Okay. So that works here. And then coming down here, Lanka is attacking me an eel with a few guys. Now this, because I'm going to put enough PD, is probably not going to work. Oh, summon imps though. It does work. Summon imps there, enough to matter. It may have still worked without the summon imps, but with summon imps it did work. Then in Izurian, he breaks out with his god. I don't think I have anybody here. Because we have jetted off the fort again. God turn wasted. And then in Lanka... he gets me off of Lanka. Okay, we got a lore master. We got some gold and some people left. And then we discovered some sneaky people. Now this actually is kind of hilarious. We had done a PD dump here, and we find this guy. This is like 60 PD. This was not for Tirnanog, this was for Lanka. And this guy's just trying to get home. He's just sneaking his way out. But he actually, we catch him and he kills 70 PD. So you just, normal troops, they're, especially if the elves are fatigue neutral, we're almost fatigue neutral, you're not gonna do shit. They just don't care. They just don't care. Elves, I think, kind of define like these kind of elves define thugs because they don't necessarily do good against heavy resistance, like things that either have really high attack or hit really hard or have really high protection. You know, they're not going to do great versus a lot of those, but man, versus normal troops, they just don't care. They don't care. Versus like mage support, they don't have a ton of HP so they can die, but normal troops, man, they murder them. So this actually is hilarious, and now this is owned by TNN. So anyway, we'll go take that back. He apologizes for that, and then also for taking this, which was mine. Fine. We've cracked Kalem, but we're not going to be storming it. This guy potentially could, but he doesn't have a Ring of Regen, so we're not going to risk it. I've got, I think, somebody coming in with a Ring of Regen, but we're also preaching here, because he's only got 4 candles, so we're going to try to get rid of those candles. And my guys are, they're only Holy 1, but they are Inquisitor Preachers, so they should do, you know, moderately okay. And we're gonna be bringing in, I think, a few more who are gonna assist in the preaching effort. And I think rather than send somebody in who might die, because they're pretty valuable to me, I would rather just preach them away. So that's probably what we're gonna do. Meanwhile, we've cracked this fort, and we're going to storm it with Mimos. And we're going to take the army, and we're going to move the army away. Though we're going to keep a few people here just to spam out fire elementals, and then haul ass out. Now, how this will go between Mimos and his god if he just sends his god in, I'm not completely sure, but we'll find out. The script we've got on Mimos, basically flight, attack, rear. This is mostly for going through the fort. I don't want to get log jammed up. Especially because this is a crystal citadel, so they have crystal mages, so they could soul slay me and stuff. Anyway. But I think all those crystal mages are gone, but we'll find out. Meanwhile, the main army is moving back on top of this fort because, well, let's keep it free. And then we've got an army moving here. We are not sieging up Lanka, so he'll get to recruit a thug. Actually, we will allow it. It shall pass. Home Slice here is going to go raid this. You can see he's got a fair amount of dudes here, which is okay, I guess. And Kalados is heading down here. He's Holy 3, so he's actually a very good preacher. So we're going to use him to help preach this down. And he's Holy 3 with Inquisitor, so yeah, he's pretty solid. And I think that is about it for this turn, and we're probably going to call it for the episode. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.